Did you know that your Etsy listing description is one of the key factors that converts shop visitors into actual sales? By the end of this video, you will know how to write the perfect listing description for your digital product. Hi, I'm Sandra, and I talk about creating and selling digital products online to make passive income. So if you're currently building a digital product business like I am, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time I post a new video every week. Selling printables on Etsy was actually the first small business I built online that brings me passive income. And I love sharing my tips and experience to help you get started and build your small business. In this video, I'm focusing on the listing description only because it's so important that you get this right. But if you want a full tutorial and an overview on how to list an item on Etsy, you can watch either one of these two videos next. I will link them in the description box down below. So let's get to it. When you're in the back end of your shop, under Shop Manager, go to Listings and click on Add a Listing on the top right here. So at the top, it's going to ask you to add in your listing photos and then a video if you would like, and then title, and then all of these details, which I do go over in previous videos, which you can watch. But like I mentioned, I'm going to focus on the description, which is right over here. I'm also going to break this down into sections, so feel free to grab a pen and paper and start writing these down, and you can use this as a template. So the example I am using here is for my printable positive affirmation cards. I have a few listings for that, and it's doing pretty well, so I'll just use that as an example. And the purpose of the first 2 to 3 sentences I start with are connecting with the customer. Keep in mind that Etsy is a handmade market, and customers are specifically going onto it to purchase from small business owners. This is why you want to make it personable and connect with the shop visitor right away with your product. So I've already written this whole description out in a Google Doc, so I'm going to be copying and pasting these one by one, and we'll go through it together. So I'm going to paste it into here, and this is how I'm starting out my description. Looking for some positive affirmation cards to manifest your goals and focus on self-care? I got you covered. So right away, I'm connecting with them and I'm letting them know that this is the perfect listing that they're looking for. These vision board printables are the perfect cards for the law of attraction. I truly believe that the words we say and the thoughts we think will create our reality. Now, a huge pro tip here, and you'll want to write this down. Although Etsy does not scan listing descriptions to help you rank in Etsy search, other search engines like Google do. So if you use relevant keywords within the first 160 to 500 characters in your description, that gives you a better chance of ranking on Google. This is actually coming straight from the Etsy Seller Handbook. So for this sentence here, I'm putting in relevant keywords that you might have missed. So vision board printables is a relevant keyword. Cards for the law of attraction. That's a really good keyword phrase that I could rank for. And even self-care printables, self-love, these are all keywords I intentionally put in here. So if you're wondering, how the heck do I find relevant keywords for my listing, you can watch this video. I will link it for you down below. I break down how to find the best keywords for your listing that you can put in your title, description, and your tags. The second section is your product details. You want to get to the details of your product right away because this is the biggest piece that your customer is looking for. So once again, I'm going to paste this section of the description, and you'll notice here that I break down everything into sections. So I'm actually going to give this another space. Another huge pro tip, break up your description into sections like this because it's much easier for the customer to navigate through, and overall, it's just a much better customer experience. So I like to give little titles for every section. Under product details, I just put in what's included. You can put in product details, or what you will receive. You can choose how you want to word this. But right away, I go into letting them know that this is a digital download and that no physical product will be mailed to them. This is really important for digital products. You want to state everywhere that this is a digital download, even in your Etsy photos, because a lot of the time, if it's not clear, the customer thinks that they're receiving a physical product. The next thing I like to do here is list exactly what they're receiving. You will receive one PDF file that contains 5 sheets. And also, I love to use emojis. If you want to use any emojis, just simply right click and then click on emoji and symbols, and you can pick what you'd like. But I just think it's a great way to add some personality and break this down even further. So you can pause this and just see how I like to break down my information. I try to make this super clear. And I'll actually pop up on the screen right here the actual listing photo that I include in this listing, just in case the customer did not see this in my description. Next, I like to include more options for the customer. This is where I'll put in maybe 2 to 3 other listings in my shop that are very similar to this one, in case they're thinking that they want a different color or something like that. So I'll paste that into here, and I like to call it additional options. You can put something like alternative options, similar options, more options, however you'd like to put that. And you'll see I put in 2 other listings here because I have blue affirmation cards and purple affirmation cards, and then I'll put the actual link to the listing. And I also have a whole positive affirmations section. I want to add in something here that's optional for you. You don't have to add this in, but if you want to offer custom orders or allow the customer to personalize this listing in some way, feel free to use this verbiage. So you can add a section called custom orders and then put in something like, do you have any special requests regarding these affirmations? No problem, contact me and we can discuss what your specific preferences are. If you're getting value from this video so far, please give it a like and let me know what digital products you sell on Etsy or what you're currently thinking of selling. Share it with me down below. Next is social proof. This is super important to include and will actually sell more of the same product. When shoppers see that past customers are enjoying this product, they want to benefit from it too. So I'll paste my social proof here and show you exactly what I like to write. So I'll put in, customers are loving these cards, and I actually copy and paste one of the reviews into the listings. And of course, when you have reviews in your shop, there's a whole section for reviews that the shopper will be able to see. But in case they're not looking at that, they'll be able to see it as they're going through the description. Now you're probably thinking, what if I don't have any reviews because my shop is so new? That's totally fine. You can either skip this section or just ask a friend or a family member to purchase a product and leave you a review to get the ball rolling. Totally up to you how you want to go about this. The next section is shop policy. So you definitely want to fill out the policies in your shop, but a lot of the time the customers don't scroll down to actually take a look at it, and this is really important for digital products. What I will specifically include is returns, because for digital products, you should not be offering any returns because once the customer purchases, it gets sent to them automatically by Etsy. So I'll write in, there are no returns when purchasing a digital download. Please contact me with any questions before purchasing. I think I've had about 2 or 3 times that someone will contact me and ask me for a refund because they thought it was a physical product. But because I already have my shop policies in place, I include it in the listing description, I mention it in my Etsy photos as well. I just reiterate that to them and let them know that I'm unable to offer them a refund. Next, I like to include FAQs in the description. Of course, there is an FAQ section in your store, just like the policies, but once again, sometimes they don't check that. And if you're noticing a pattern of the same question or questions that you're receiving from shoppers, chances are many more shoppers are going to have the same question. So the one FAQ I like to include is printing, because I get a lot of questions on where to print from, at least the first few months of my shop. So I started adding this in all of my listings. You can print at your home if you have a printer, or at a local printing store you trust, or online, and then I'll give them a couple of options for online printing. Next is copyright notice. This is super important to include for digital products. You want to be very clear to the customer on what they're allowed to use your digital product for. Are you offering it for personal use only? Is it your unique design that you are selling a commercial license for? So here is the verbiage that I like to include. So I'll put in copyright notice. This license is for personal use only. You can print these cards for yourself or use as a gift for someone. However, reselling, sharing, or any commercial use of this product is not allowed. I get a lot of people asking me questions on what to do if your designs are copied or resold. Unfortunately, this does tend to happen a lot online, and there's really nothing we can do about it, especially if we don't know that people are doing it. So the best way I like to handle this is include a copyright notice in the description, and you can also include it in your listing photos and even in a document that gets sent to the customer immediately after purchase. Next, you want to add your shop link. The reason for this is you don't want the shopper to scroll all the way down and land on your competitors' listings. In other words, you want to stop them before they do that and visit your shop to most likely purchase from your store as opposed to your competitors. So I'm going to add that section in here, and I just put in visit the shop for more, and then I will include the link to my shop. So that's a pretty solid description, if I do say so myself. I will leave it there. Again, feel free to use it as a template. If you are working on your printable shop, be sure to grab my free checklist in the description box down below. I also have an Etsy digital product seller workbook that I will also link for you down below. You can head over to my Etsy digital downloads playlist next, where I share more tips on starting and growing your shop. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified when I post new videos every week. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.